Hey guys, it's Serena, and today I wanted to talk about something kind of serious, and it's kind of sad, but I feel very moved to just talk about this. And I was inspired by LoveMichelleAna. For those of you who don't know, she has a YouTube, LoveMichelleAna. That's her YouTube. So I highly recommend for you guys to watch her channel, men and women. She made a video about the passing of her husband. He died last year in January, and it's been a whole year. And she made that video last year, and then she made another video recently of the 1-year anniversary of her husband's passing, and it got me thinking about my grandmother's passing. So my grandmother died 2 years ago, and she died of cancer. It got me thinking about that whole experience with my grandmother and not just her passing, but even before that, her cancer journey and her fight against cancer, I should say. And so my grandmother, first of all, she was a beautiful, beautiful woman. She was crazy. She was outspoken, but she loved so hard. She could absolutely dislike you, but love you. She could think you're the most irritating person on earth, but she could love you so much. So my grandmother, we found out she had cancer in 2015, right? And during that time period, initially I was like there all the time because she was in Guam and I would visit her. She was at the hospital. We would visit her and give her comfort and love and everything. We tried our best, and then she ended up having to go to Seattle. And that was for 7 months. So my mother dropped everything to be with my grandmother in Seattle, dropped her job, dropped us, dropped everything. And so they went to Seattle, and I was just in Guam, and I was working. I think I was working like 2 jobs, and I just, when my grandmother left, then it was kind of like, oh, there was really nothing I could do in that sense of just, we could FaceTime with her, and I prayed, and yet I felt so disconnected from all of that, like I felt like I couldn't imagine myself being there for my grandmother. Like I couldn't understand her pain. And I remember this one time my mom told me about this incident where my grandmother was so, like, the medicine was so intense on her and her body and her mind that she woke up one night delirious, screaming, hysterical screaming. And my mom, of course, woke up to that and was doing her very best to help her, to calm her down. And I remember my mom saying to me about it, talking to me about it, saying that, reflecting on the fact that it was just so hard every single day, like just sacrificing yourself, like giving yourself to another person making sure that person's happy, and not having time to think about yourself, and not having anybody. My mom didn't have my dad. My dad is like her rock. Seriously, like my dad, she is almost never without my dad, and for being for 7 months without my dad, like killed her, I'm sure. So my dad thankfully went out there for a little bit to be with them and to give her some rest and help out. And I remember during that time period, I actually picked up a book that was like the perfect timing, because that book, I really can't remember. I think it was Anik Signal. Maybe it might have been him. Maybe it might have been another. Maybe it might have been another person. Maybe. When my mom told me that, I thought, wow, like, to give yourself, like your whole self, like that is just, it's the ultimate sacrifice. And when I think about that, I always cry, because I feel like if I were called to do that right now, I wouldn't be ready, like I wouldn't be worthy, and I wouldn't, like, I'd suck at it, and I don't want to suck at something like that. I want to be ready to help my parents when I need to. I want to be able to give myself entirely in love, and I feel like I can't. I feel like I would suck at that. Saint Therese of Lisieux says, she talks about love, and she talks about grace, and she talks about how easy it is. And sorry, I'm just trying to find the right lighting. The lighting is so weird. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that just a little bit. And there's more to say, but I can't think right now. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you later. I love you. Bye.